Hello, and welcome to our episode of Table Breakers for the 22nd of February, 2024. My name is Bruce. These are my hands. And you also see Crafting Gamer. He's getting ready to do his work too. We are at a moment to where, just a little bit of disclosure here, this will be one of the final Table Breakers on my watch that I'll be hosting. And I want to give all of my co hosts and panelists and the audience the best possible experience they could have. And there will still be some video work going on this channel during weekends, but starting in mid-April, I'll be going on a new venture which will help secure my existence up until the point where I probably go for that permanent rest. I appreciate everybody. Your well wishes are great. It's been a rough road and it's been stinky as hell. But I'm looking for more of the same with a little bit more cheddar, and I'm hoping to see you guys at some point personally. And we'll have that ranch ready for you to visit. That being said, with me tonight is my good friend Chimerian. He's from
Yo,
Starfleet Corps of Engineers. We're giving it all they've got. Donald, the cigar DM, joins us from the recovery room, his room.
well, if here pretty soon, I might be if this channel keeps on going, if we end up finding a different day that works for everybody, you might be seeing me doing a show from a local cigar lounge that I just found, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's called Ash Cigar Lounge in Peoria Heights, Illinois. If you are in the Peoria Heights area and smoke cigars, they're a good place to go do it at.
There we go. I've always wanted to do a live remote with this, but I would need to get an audience first. So it would probably just be easier for me to find a ranch and like build a barn and then put the studio there with some bleachers and like a few ladies do waitress work and do that. It'd be easier to do that than actually the YouTube thing where you have a studio audience in California. Okay, Connell, I hope you get that to where you can do that, man. That sounds like a lot of fun, and a cigar lounge is a welcome addition to the. It'll class the place up a bit.
I have the handle as a cigar DM, and it'd be nice to be able to have a cigar in at hand.
Don't you have one?
At hand, no. My apartment is a public zone. Therefore, because of Illinois State "Go fuck yourself if you smoke" law, I cannot smoke in public places.
Sounds miserable.
It sucks.
I I'm sorry, man. Um,
As I said before, I love Peoria. I just wish Peoria was in a different state.
well, that was my problem.
Peoria's a great city. Just wish it happened to be in a different state.
Uh, with us also from the Great White North, not really too chilly right now, but the North compared to the rest of us, is our friend the Crafting Gamer. How are you tonight, sir?
Doing good.
Fantastic. Um, been painting on this little crab guy. Really like this character. Really do.
Yeah, so do I.
That is really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's really fucking cool. I was hoping that was like a Reaper or one of the other companies out there, so I can go to my local game shop and pick one up because I'd pick up like five.
Well, there's actually a better choice for that. Hold on. Let me see if I can bang it for you.
I like giving my money. Support your local game shop, everybody.
Yep.
I love those
Yeah, well, the
two.
way of the future for game shops is 3D printing.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
necessarily
that's
as like it's going to be it or fail. It's more along the lines of there are certain models people are going to see on, like, for example, Thingiverse. And,
yeah.
well, that's exactly where I got the crap, Thingiverse. And it's going to be, they can make a profit off of printing things like that.
Oh, I found a few cigar holders off Thingiverse. I'm like, that looks really fucking cool. I want like 12.
I need to find somebody with a printer who can print off some things that I want. I don't have one, so
I have a friend who has a printer, and I have another friend who I can do the 3D modeling locally. He's normally on the panel with us, but work's been kicking his ass. So I'm good there. Just not very many things I've seen, except for the 3D cigar holder things are just really cool looking. And
You said you found it on the Thingiverse?
Yeah. I put a link in your Discord in the miniature section. It'd be pretty high up by now, but it is there.
Okay. Let me go find that. Everybody.
In fact, I'm pretty sure I have the same link in my Discord. If you want, I could put it fresh in yours.
now, if only the guy that I game with every other Saturday, who has a 3D printer, would paint me out a freaking Taras.
Oh, depending on the Tarrasque you look for, those things are huge and a pain in the butt to print. There it is.
Are they really? Yeah, but still got to be cheaper than $400.
Oh, that is true. I'm just saying it depending on the Tarrasque you find you have to either print it in pieces or have a gigantic printer.
Yeah, I'd be cool with pieces. I did a lot of modeling kits as a kid. I put together my share of airplanes and cars and other stuff that we don't need to talk about with super glue and pipes.
For both Connell and Bruce, I put in the Thingiverse link to the crab in
I just found it.
the table breakers. Oh,
I
just as I added the table
We just
breakers.
found it.
Okay.
So we're talking about. I mean, I'm in a good mood, so my tone is definitely showing I'm in a good mood. If I get a little bit too hyper, let me know and I'll dial it back. I've just missed you guys.
We missed you too, man. Like, we're gonna be just as excited whenever we get to hang out with Baron G-Rock again, because we miss him, and it sucks that he's going through the problems he's got. But I mean, these are things that have been kind of building, and like the thing that you had growing and metastasizing in you had to go get it taken care of, and he's got a different route he's got to do for him to go take care of his stuff. But it'll happen at some point.
Oh yeah.
And that, we're gonna be happy as shit. We're gonna be happy as barrel crabs whenever we finally get a chance to hang out with him.
It is nothing better than getting the band back together. I mean,
Yeah.
There's a bunch of songs about, the boys are back in town and variations of that, talking more or less what we're talking about. Since I've been doing this, getting to know Kai, getting to see a movie with Kai, which we need to do more often. Crafty Gamer, getting to meet you, and Bruce. Hell, we've been friends for years, and considering the situation that we met, it was the best outcome.
That's the best outcome, really. And I just like, guys, if you lose your girlfriend to another dude, and then like later on, like that guy is hanging out with some of your friends, and he's absent. The chick is she gone? Like, see if he's available, because more than likely she saw something she really liked in the two of you, which is getting closer to what she quote unquote wants. But as far as your selfish ass is concerned, he's probably going to be a pretty good friend of yours. The two of you are going to have a lot more in common than just being Eskimo brothers. Sorry.
No, it doesn't matter. At least for our situation.
Yeah, worked for us pretty well. We are talking about festivals, celebrations, and like circuses. We talked a lot about it last week, and before we got into like our second tier of stuff, I had to have you in here. I would have loved to have Bear, but Bear's busy, and I did not email him or message him like, hey, you want to join us for Table Breakers? Because I haven't paid for Heroic yet, and I'm sorry. That's coming. That'll happen tonight.
No. If he shows up, we'll figure things out. If not, we'll do the show without him. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I want to talk about festivals. I think festivals are a good breeding ground to kill your parties. I mean, make sure your parties have a good time.
All right,
Well,
guys, you heard
when
it
I
from
first
him.
thought of this topic, my thought was any sort of festival, be it the BS or the mystery, or even are you going to just try to kill your players?
And Kai, if you want to jump in on this, you're more than welcome, sir. You're not going to hurt my
Hey,
feelings.
if I need to say anything, I will.
Okay.
Kai bite his tongue. Never.
This is a rare day. Remember this. Remember the 22nd of February, 2024, kids. Quietest day on record.
Well, there for a long time, every small town had their own festival. Medieval era normally was a high festival for some saint or the other. Locally, modern times, I mean, if you're in the Illinois era, we got what, three? The Pumpkin Fest, the Turkey Fest, and Irish Fest.
Okay. There's more than just Peoria and Peoria Metro in Illinois, but I don't
Is
want
it
you to go
Turkey
up
Fest?
north
That's
by
Tremont.
What?
That Turkey is Tremont. Pumpkin's Morton.
You could go further to central Illinois, down south from where you are, and there's apple and pork festivals in Kinney, Illinois. You have the Fall Festival in Mount Pulaski, which those used to be a ton of fun. And then you have they've got a few places around the state where they actually have a bona fide October festival that you'll have only 30 to 50 people there. But they'll have people singing and dancing and drinking lots and lots of Marzen ale. It's a beer. It's a water.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, I know. That's the type of thing you deserve, though, that you should go for. You should endeavor for that. So, I mean, I'm telling you this as a tourist, make the players feel like the tourist, unless maybe the players are the ones hosting the festival.
Then make sure everything goes wrong.
The clown is the children. Oh my God. No, don't go there, Bruce.
You have a mad scientist with the name of Oppenheimer, and he's working on a new fizzle bang, and it just goes awry.
Go ahead.
No. Be quiet. Be quiet.
I baited that hook just for you.
Look. No. Not the bait.
I mean, okay, but damn it, that was really good bait. I mean, hell, if you want to run out a Fallout campaign RPG, which is nothing wrong with that, you really could have an Oppenheimer day.
Well, when it comes to celebration, something that we kind of didn't say last week that we kind of should have, humans will find any excuse they can to party.
Look at St. Patrick's Day. We don't really need a reason to drink, but we found one.
Yep. That includes for ancient and post-apocalyptic humans as well. They're going to want to have a reason to celebrate, even if it's something minor. Oh, look, this is the day little Johnny came back from the well. Well, we have nothing else to celebrate, so every year we celebrate little Johnny coming back from the well. We call it Little Johnny's Well. That sounded better in my head, but you get what I'm saying.
No, that's fair. Even I know a lot of us. I will always love Pathfinder, because it really was. I mean, 3.5 was my first date to the prom, but I very much very much took Pathfinder home from prom. But there's a lot of high holidays in Pathfinder that they were just fun. The drunk god, Clay. What's his fucking name? Help me out, Bruce.
The drunken god?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me find this. You're asking me questions, and I've almost purged all the piezo.
Hey, we're talking about festivals, and that guy threw some really fun festivals.
Hayden Kalian.
Right. his high holy days, you just basically sat around and got drunk. I mean, if that's not Oktoberfest, I don't know what is.
That's kind of funny that he mentioned baby Jessica falling down the well. October 16th of 87 is the official well day where everyone watched from their TV sets about 18-month Jessica McClure being trapped for hours in the abandoned water well in Midland, Texas.
When was that?
October 14th, 1987. They got her out of the well. They birthed her from the earth on October 16th, 87. 2 days later. She dropped down 22 feet in the well and she became stuck.
I slightly remember that.
Oh, this was like this was when I was starting to realize the news is a cult. The news is a bad cult. And then worse yet, on my birthday in 1994, I was on ship and the little Defender that could. No, it was on McCandless in '94. My bad. Well, anyway, on my birthday, I was subject to having to watch the reenactment of Tonya Harding whacking Nancy Kerrigan in the kneecap. Worst fucking day to spend your 19th birthday because I was.
Oh no, I think my brother kind of got you top. His birthday was on the same weekend that Princess Di died.
You know, I almost want to have like a montage of women driving and getting in wrecks just to prove a point here, but I that would be sexist.
Considering she wasn't driving it, I still get the joke, but anyway. So, what kind of monsters? I mean, you say festivals and fairs, right? I see clowns. I see what?
Fuck you. I hate clowns.
I see clowns that share a name with a popular cowboy in American movies.
See, I hear clown, and my first thing is thing. I mean, it. Well, thing or it in that instance doesn't really matter, because that's clowns are one of three people who literally have no other job in their life and cannot get another job, so they have to pretend to be happy. People who are way too fucking happy and are actually like that, and people who have something to freaking hide. So they're always pretending to be happy. I don't want to deal with any one of those people. So if there's clowns in my celebration, beware the clown. It might be a demon or an alien from another planet that's going to transform and absorb you.
Or a pedophile who likes to kidnap teenage boys and do horrible things to them in their basement.
Have you ever watched Vulgar?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where you got my head going. Thank you.
So next time I have to take a small Vatical, I don't want you guys to miss me, that raging asshole, how to bring up that guy again. I don't know. I don't know if it's the Illinoisan in me, but I just don't do well with clowns. Yes, I know that's a line from a Batman movie, but from being from Illinois, I think it applies. What do you think, Bruce?
It could apply. You have to run the clown right. You really have to run the clown properly.
There was a what show was that? It was a supernatural show that had a clown in it. It turned out to be a Rakshasa.
Rakshasa?
Yeah, it's like saying Mufasa. Mufasa.
We got a little statement here from Six Nations. Clowns are a little overdone. Do something like a weird ass cryptid, or dress like a dog man, or Bigfoot, or ET, or Wendigo, or do something different. I kind of like that different stuff.
I like the concept of the Wendigo. I will be having my players vote up against a Wendigo here shortly in Rise of the Rune Lord. But I'm not Canadian, nor do I live in Alaska. Therefore, there will be no Wendigos at my festival. Although the German, you could take one from the German thought processing and have a Krampus festival.
Why don't you just do a sheep squatch festival?
Oh, there you go.
Those coat leggings ain't gonna wear themselves. You could have a festival day where somebody has a beige overcoat on, loads up loads their pants up with rocks to make it look like they've got huge thighs, but they don't understand what they've done wrong and they're walking around on these bad high heels and they say things like, "My name is Torgo. I watch the place while the master is away."
Only if you have the world's worst theme music, and you can only do the scenes in 30-second segments. Because that's
24
all
second
film you got.
segments. Aw.
Janet, you're
Someday, I will get a Manos cape, robe, something, and I'll be happy.
You know, I want to watch that movie with Janet so bad, but I don't
No.
want to subject her to it.
It's terrible.
what movie?
It's terrible.
The first 10 minutes are mind breaking.
It's
It's
the hands
so
of
dull.
Manos, if you're wondering.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
How
Don't.
can you have a dick and not seen that?
Ah,
That's such a funny movie. It's
Manos
not
has a
intentionally
face.
funny.
I don't know. I just think no. I just got watching Payback, the Mel Gibson movie, then watch Getting the Gringo, which is also a Mel Gibson movie, and I have a hard time thinking that one is not a sequel to the other.
So, Connell, back on the subject of tonight, have you ever done a carnival that was, or carnival festival, whatever, that was directly meant to be a plot hook to a mystery?
Oh yeah.
Murder,
Not
okay. Tell us one example then.
well. I had a group of people. It was around the holidays, Christmas, and there was a festival because all the soldiers were coming back from duty because for like a solid week, everybody basically got leave to go back home, and there was always a Yule type festival of some sort, and children started disappearing. And the party found out that the Krampus was stealing said children and giving them to his boss at the time to turn them into pies to serve to the people in town.
Honestly, if our bard, me, had known it was a Krampus and would have had a chance to do a legend lore check and find out that only the bad kitties go in the sack and get turned into meat, into meat filling, I might have just been like, fuck them. It's like, guys, this monster is not our problem. But they're taking kids. They're taking bad kids. But they're someone's kids. They're not my kids.
I agree with I way too much here.
And at that point, people are like, but they're my kids. You're a shitty parent. Your kids are fucking monsters, and they're now dead. The world's a better place. We all get to move on with our lives. Excuse me. I need to go back to my bed and sleep for 4 more days. Fuck you. If you care about your kids, you do it yourself. We're all vets. The entire country, we all go into the service at childhood. We go do our term, and then we all go out and have kids. Guess what, parents? You are all vets too. So when the general muster came up to get the reserves up there and go find those fucking kids, you fucking didn't do it yourselves. Guess what, you fucking useless parents? Your kid is dead. Goodbye. So long. You could breed more.
Wow, Kai, tell us how you feel about children.
Kill them. Kill them. If they're fucking loud and they're stupid and they're fucking insulting monsters, kill them.
Fair enough. So it wasn't the Oppenheimer joke that brought you out. It's the children. Gotcha.
I hate the idea that I gotta do anything to save somebody else's fucking worthless sack of shit.
Oh, damn. Okay. So if that was like
They are contributing absolutely nothing to the GDP of the country. They are consuming, and they are being raised wrong enough that a mythical fairy monster that comes down and eats them because it knows their alignment. Because we're in a fantasy realm that you can't actually just say, "Are you a bad person?" by snapping your fingers and looking at them and going, "That little shit. I know his alignment. He's a chaotic evil motherfucker. Do I A, save him? B, beat him with a stick until he changes his alignment?" Because you can do that in D&D. You can't do that in the real world, but D&D, you can beat them till their alignment changes. So you beat them till their alignment changes. Because you have the ability to, every day, put them in a fucking circle and look at them and go, "Yep, kid's still evil, beat them." And now, and you can do this with everybody. That's the best part. You have a paladin. He walks down. Good, 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 neutral, neutral, good, neutral, neutral, evil. You beat him till they change their alignment. And we go on our lives. If we're going to play with hardcore fucking alignments, we can do this.
I mean,
if the monster eats evil children, you fucking beat your kids till they're not evil or they die. It's okay. Either way, net positive for the setting.
Janet's wanting to give Kai a big hug.
I'm sorry.
it's all right. I just won't be asking you to babysit. That's all.
It's
Your
like
kids,
Casey
if your kids are good, they're fine. Just remember that.
We don't need Kai to babysit. We have Casey Anthony. So, I'm just kind of wondering about the opportunity of, like, with festivals with you, Connell. When you run festivals, what is your goal as a GM? Because that's kind of what I think most observers or most players would be asking the GM when he says, "You get into town and there's a big set of colors that aren't usually present here. They've got banners and flags. You see streamers. You see people dressed up to the nines. You see marching band, or you see things going on that shouldn't be going on Tuesday, but it's going on." What's your goal?
Well, if I'm doing a festival of any kind, there will be. I would like to make the festival more of a skill challenge than it just, oh, look, there's somewhere, or, there's an archery there, or there, fighting circles. No, I kind of want them to have skill-based games. Find a way to, so the players can look at the sheet and say, "Oh, wait, I have something other than attack, attack, attack." So I will scour the interweb to try to find riddles and games that I think are appropriate to my mouth to what's going on and run it that direction. That's kind of my goal. Is, I mean, there's nothing wrong with, like, Jade and his campaign will do the wild hunt where you go hunt monsters for points, and it's fun. I'm not saying it isn't. God, it's part of his campaign rule I really enjoy. But when you have, let's say, a couple other guys at the table that don't really do the combat thing, but they want to do puzzles, I think it's a good chance to have a mixture of everything. And granted, I try to do mine more skill heavy.
Okay. How would you run, like, trying to get the players into town? How would you just start them in town, or would you, like, let them gallop into town?
I would let them gallop into town Because if they're on the road for X amount of time, it being months, weeks, whatever, or they're stuck in under a fucking mountain for, I don't know, 8 sessions in a row. And when they get in town, they're going to be very much, hey, let's stick in town for a quick second, see what's going on. And while they're in town, there's the hook. Oh, this town is having a festival. Oh, that's neat. Let's see what we could find.
Wow.
What?
No, just kind of. I was thinking you had more planned out than that.
Man.
I was thinking you had like bullet points of like things that the players.
No, because the moment I think the players are going to go one direction, they go the fucking other. I'd fucking. I don't have to. If I know that it's going to be hurting fucking cats, I'm not going to stress out on planning every last detail. It just be as it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. But I am going to make sure I have, like I said, the games, the riddles, and so forth planned out. Other than that, it's like taking a kid to Disney World. Let the kid be a kid.
I'd like to shout out a guest that's in our midst right now. Our friend 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser is currently among one of the observers. And if you don't know who 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser is, I'll be dropping his channel into the comments. He's a hell of a guy. He's got an amazing tongue for pizza. So if you like pizza, if you like movies, if you like toxic masculinity, we just reviewed episode 122 was Flash Gordon on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I did that a couple of weeks ago on my channel.
Yeah, amazing movie, fantastic film.
Are you sure you're giving them the right drugs?
Holy cow, Janet, 2,400. Wow. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with this, and he does movies on Tuesday nights where he talks about toxic masculinity in films, and then he does TNT on Thursday nights, which is more of a political pop culture discussion. He does a lot of pop culture commentary, and he's a real nice, approachable man, very, very easy to get along with. Has a lot on his plate, but he balances it very well, and I give him a lot of credit because he's a younger character, and he's got his life pretty well taken care of. Occasionally, we'll be in a panel. We'll be
The bachelor party with Tom Hanks. Holy fuck!
Yeah, we're watching that next week.
I almost want the invite for that party. Jesus.
Yeah. I love having Janet. I really do. I love having Janet in the chat or the panel.
Yeah, I get my. Okay, I got a question for the panel. We've all been to like fairs, small town fairs, right? From one Greek to the other.
Yeah, that's why I was mentioning like Mount Pulaski or Kinney, Illinois, or things like that.
Right. So you have a micromanagement. Let's say you have two parents. One parent, the dad is more relaxed, cool, just go with the flow, and you have a micromanaging mother. Who's going to be more fun to go to the fair with?
My mother micromanages the shit out of things.
Oh, does she really?
Yeah.
So I take it you're going to the fair with your dad?
I would.
Right. So using the same logic, who would, when it comes to DMing for a fair, would you rather have a DM that micromanages every last thing, or have a DM that's just say, be my guest, go check things out, and we'll take it from there?
That really, in the end, depends on what kind of GM he is. Because, for example, if he's really, really good at micromanaging, then it's not really going to matter. If he's really, really good at just swinging it, then once again, it's not really going to matter. It's only when he starts telling you how you should and should not play in his game that that really the micromanaging really becomes a problem.
Yeah, that's where I try to stay away from as a person myself. I don't want to micromanage a game.
What are you gonna say there, Kai?
I am exceedingly gun shy as a player. I don't know what the hell I am as the GM, but as a player, I am exceedingly gun shy because I have that Pavlovian response now of I'm about to have fun, and then the GM kicks me in the nuts, and I don't get to have fun, and I get
I'm
to go sit
sorry.
back, sit back in my corner, and then wonder when does fun start, and hey, fun's about to start. I get to have some fun. Not you. Everybody else gets to have fun. Okay. I'll sit in the back. If you need me, I will fucking own this story. But but I won't do anything because I'm used to every GM being like, no. You can do whatever you want, except for that. That thing you want to do, you can't do that. Can I do this? No, you can't do that one either. Okay. I'm just gonna sit back here and put my roller skates on. You can just pull me behind until you need me, and then I will do something cool, and then go back to being in cruise control mode because I don't get to play very much, and when I do, it's a goddamn fucking railroading one shot where I don't get to do fucking anything, and then I get to go back to being nothing again, and yay.
I feel that musket ball
I feel we
right
need.
next to my head.
I'm gonna have to do something for Kai here on a Sunday or something.
Musket ball? No. That's a goddamn Napoleonic 25-pounder right there.
Hey, so I love you, Kai.
Uh-huh.
So when's the next time you want to go catch a movie? My treat.
Oh, I've got a few lined up come summer.
All right.
I maybe Dune in a few weeks, but summer probably when I will do something fun again with friends because the movie slate for the next couple months sucks.
Oh, I don't know. The Ghostbuster got me excited.
It's a movie. I'll be happy. Okay.
I'm hoping it doesn't suck. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, it has the original cast. All the ones that are still amongst the land of the living.
There's a few movies out there that like they've got me gun shy of things. There was a movie years ago called Three Amigos, and it was supposed to be a funny film, but it had Chevy Chase.
Steve Martin and Martin Shorts.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of Steve Martin and Chevy Chase together, and they really like Chevy Chase. I just don't find funny. Like he's that bumbling white guy that's a template for the dad that can do nothing right. But he's really good as Clark Griswold. He doesn't change characters much at all. He really doesn't. And I love him as part of my childhood, but I don't want to watch any more of the things he's done because I just like I've seen this joke when it was funnier the first 30 or 40 times. I don't know. But a lot of people like Chevy Chase and a lot of people like the movies he does. Like that's some very comforting thing for them. That's what they like doing. I like watching Steve Martin in All of Me, and that's one of my favorite movies from '84. '84 is one of my banner years for films. I think All of Me is probably the highlight of his comedy career. But then again, I also have to tell you that I've never seen The Jerk. So.
Yeah.
There's people I know that if they heard that, they're like, "Oh my God, stop what you're doing! Go watch The Jerk." Okay.
I don't know. But back to the
So we're talking about festivals and other things.
we're trying to at least.
Yes. You have a lot of opportunity here to do some real good for your table and give the players something to do without splitting them up and send them off in different directions. They'll do that on their own.
Oh God, you could have a house of mirrors that's really a trap.
Oh, we discussed that last week.
Did Jade bring it up?
No, I think it was
No,
me,
wait,
actually.
Oh.
It was either me or Kai.
You have mirrors of opposition. Oh fuck!
I suggested the ringleader of a circus would be traveling around copying people so he can slowly build an army to take over the kingdom.
It reminds me of that mimic joke. I laugh, you laugh, the table laughs.
So we shot the table. It was a good time.
Yeah, even going on the same thought, you could have mimics. That'd be one. Everybody jokes about mimics, but I know very few DMs that actually pulls that trigger anymore.
because they're too well known.
Right, but a circus or a fair, it might be a halfway decent place to introduce the party to it.
Oh, at that point, if you're going to add a mimic to a circus, do not do the it's just a mimic who find it and it eats you. No, it's got to be part of a game at that point. It's find the real chest. There's one real chest and X amount of mimics. You fail, you die because you get eaten by a mimic. But there's like 10,000 gold in the chest or something like that.
Remember, this
No
is a
one
game
has
for
ever played the
kids.
chest.
Right, and only kids can play.
Just remember, mimics are intelligent. They're actually kind of social, well, potentially even. So just imagine. I don't want to use my mimics as hostile things. No, they're my security guards that you don't notice.
I was running a campaign, and this is when I was living in Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and they get attacked by a mimic that was in the shape of a chair or something dumb. Anyways, the wizard electrocute the ever living fuck out of him, man. He critted, right? And I say it fell over, and they start to leave, and for some odd reason, the mimic woke up and thought it was a dog. Now you have a dog following you, and wherever it stops to eat, it's like watching Scooby. The players tend to like that. But there's, I guess what I'm saying, there's a lot of odd, weird things that you pull out of your monster manual or whatever book you're using that you throw into a festival that you're just not expecting to see. A beholder.
Oh yeah. Oh, if you're gonna with the circus theme, and that is it's real easy for that one. The parade of freaks or whatever it's called when you have the stuff that nobody can recognize. At that point, you can pull out just about any creature from D&D.
I understand why alignment has its place, but as a DM, I don't think I should have to be tied down to it per se.
I agree with you, but just remember, if the GM enforces it, abuse it. Abuse it to no end. If he or she goes, this is how that we are hard, like alignment exists. We are following the goddamn 9-directional axis piece of shit compass. Abuse it. Abuse the GM. Abuse his setting. Make it so painful to the point where they just either throw you out of the game or stop using alignment. It's a great idea. Show the GM the hypocrisy and the evil and all the harm that using that fucking grid can actually do. Make it utterly misery-inducing. Because if you have to play by the rules, make sure everyone else is as well. This is the lawful evil asshole part of me kicking in and going, look, if I have to follow the rules, everyone else is too. And the moment I find that the rules are being broken, I'm going to break the fuck out of that culture and civilization. I will find a way. Either you kill my character, you throw me out of the game, or I break civilization. Either way, I win.
I know I gave up drinking this year for Lent, Kai, but do I need to take you out for a beer?
I haven't drank in years. You know that, right?
No, yes, kind. I think you mentioned that before, and I'm like,
Right. Right.
always,
I am a very happy, angry drunk. I'm either very happy or I'm very angry. There's no in between. And also, addictive personality also means once I start,
art. Yeah, gotcha. We
I'm
will
not
not be taking. We will not be taking Kai out for a drink. We will be taking Kai out for popcorn and a soda pop.
That's right.
Actually, not just popcorn and soda pop. What's the best ice cream parlor in all Peoria?
The used to be the place in the Heights.
It closed.
Fuck.
Spotted Cow closed.
Oh, I think Elmox or something mock.
And Cold Stone is definitely not a good ice cream place.
No.
No. I don't know if Peoria really has a good ice cream place anymore.
No, we got Baskin Robbins and Culver's. That's it.
There was two ice cream places in the Heights. Spy Cow was one of them, but they moved over to where Family Feeder used to be.
You mean that weird one that had that weird place that's right on the Heights that's kind of has this that's like in this little brick building. Yeah, that little place. It's okay. I mean, it's overpriced yuppie shit ice cream, but fuck, I mean,
it's ice cream.
I mean, sure. And I can go buy Baskin Robbins, and it's just as good.
Oh, see, I don't. See, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
That we'll have to have at some point. Ice Cream Shack, downtown Peoria.
Yeah, when it opens, great. We're going to Sunnyland. It's a better one.
Yeah, and I don't feel like I'm going to be shot or robbed. I mean,
Right.
I didn't say that. Yeah.
What do you guys think about popping a creature like this on like a 15th level party?
I am getting a chastity belt, but for my butthole.
I like it.
I would give the creature the power known as Eternal Nightmares.
He already
Those
has
who
that.
lay upon it will forever have nightmares about it.
Actually, what was the James Gunn movie back in the day? Slither.
Slither? That's a good movie.
That kind of looks like what that guy was becoming.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would love to drop that on a party.
The running of it would be a difficult piece, though, Kai, because if you had that at the festival running things, or at least one of the main parts of the festival, like as soon as you turn your eyes from it, you forget all about its presence.
Oh,
That makes it the legitimate best security guard you can possibly, like, monitoring security guard guy you could ever want, because you forget it exists, and it literally is just watching you. Those tentacles are like between every booth watching you. You think you see it, then you don't, and it moves, and then you look back, it's not there.
reminds me of that alien from Doctor Who.
Yeah,
It was during the Matt Smith years.
yeah, one of their best monsters that came from his era.
Yeah.
That was a really good. It's a good concept. I like it. I like that kind of monster. But then again, I like the idea that we start running monsters like that. You have to run them like it's like, you know, you're playing a game of Cthulhu where you're fucking with them, where you thought you saw it, but did you? You look back, it's not there. Then you move on, and it's just you're playing with their minds. You go full cryptid garbage on them, and you have fun playing with them. Where they're sure they've seen it, but nobody else saw it. Of course, it's crazy. And then and then you can just have the monster when one player goes around the corner and looks at it. Have the monster, I don't know, give them like ice cream cone or something, or you know, say hi to them, and and then have the monster one of its many heads reach around and whisper in your ear, "No one will ever believe you," and then have it leave.
So we've grown to name it Bill Murray
Yes.
because he's been noted to say that a few times to fans that he is bringing into.
And I've known other people to do that. Like once you follow it, it's like once they've heard it, once you know it, it's a trick that works, especially if you're doing something that nobody expects. And like, there's nobody. So, and just think, is your party really going to believe you if you come back screaming to them and go, okay, so there's this monster that has 18 skull tentacles, and oh fuck, and it whispered in my ear that, oh, and everybody else, no, we don't fucking believe you, man.
Which is kind of sad, but still funny as fuck.
Right. I mean, you gotta fuck with players. I mean, you gotta fuck with them because if you make everything instantly auto hostile, where they have to go out there and beat it with sticks until it dies,
it's on the battle map. We have to kill it.
Oh, right. Right, murder time. And
it's like that hot chick in high school that hits on you. Then you go to tell your buddy, but no one believes you.
Right. There's no way in the fuck she wants to fuck you.
She comes over, you make out for a while, and at the end of the day, she says bye. And next day at school, no one still fucking believes you. And she's, same story. Just do some high school trauma damage. Relive some high school trauma damage.
Exactly. It's all about that. It's all about that kind of infliction of pure misery, and that's the real beating of like, oh no, you gotta subvert their expectations. No, that's how you actually make it interesting, quote unquote.
There's something seriously wrong with both of us, Kai.
I make no claims that I am not a horrifically messed up walking bag of trauma and injury. Okay.
And this
I like to tell Clancy that he needs to charge his battery up. I can see his feed.
Who?
Clancy, the guy in the van.
Oh.
I think something like that would be great, but there has to be a moment, like when you're doing this, the moment where you start popping miniatures on the table, I think that's where things are a little different. Now, if you run a game for people and they're online, just you can have the miniature, but you have to zoom in on the miniature, make the miniature the only thing in the camera, and that way the players kind of see like that's the focus at the moment. But you're not doing really like gridded combat. You're doing more theater of the mind stuff. And I think that's really important. I think you got to do that. Because the moment you start laying down terrain and putting things together, like players are like, all right, I'm going to do initiative. I want to be a superpower. I'm a superhero. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe they get that mentality about them, like, oh, it's my time to shine.
Right.
Unless you fucking humble them from a game that you weren't there for.
I will honestly say that I do put miniatures on the map, but I also put them down as reminders of of what pieces are currently on the field. As in, hey, these are the people you should be remembering that exists. This character, this person, this monster, this thing. Are they fighting us right now? No. They're just things that you need to be paying attention to, or you should be like thinking about. And but then again, that's also something that I would do as a player, is put down, hey, this is the guy this is the person we need to worry about. And players are visual and most players are very short-term memory creatures.
That's fair.
I'd say people, but let's be honest, most players are barely above functional animals.
I mean, you're not wrong, but damn.
Well, I'll just say that I'd rather have a game where we don't do so much tactical combat so much as more like just more in-depth, like either RP or puzzle solving, with like the combat being whittled down to like maybe 1/4 of the time we're seated. Because if you haven't been watching my game on every other Saturday with the high level people, they get in a combat and there goes the entire day.
There
Yep.
goes a couple days.
We have like 7 players. We have 3 of them with creatures or cohorts, and that system just eats time. It just gobbles it up.
To be fair, though, if you have to find a system where combat at a higher level does not eat time.
Legend of the Five Rings.
Legend of
'Cause you
Five
died.
Rings.
See, I've never. Okay.
It's round 2. You're dead. Ed, you died.
You're
All
dead.
right. All right.
Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, Hogshead. That's the 2nd edition for you guys who don't know that. That is a game that, even though like you might become quote unquote high level, you're not really high level. You're there. You're good at what you do, but you're still very breakable.
You
All right.
need to read. Look, when you play that game or you play its 40K cousin, Dark Heresy, you need to learn 2 things. Read the combat rules forwards and backwards and learn every modifier. If you don't, you're dead.
I was playing Warhammer Fantasy there for a while. And in combats, I mean, there was like 5 of us. So, of course, there was like 12 guys we had to kill. And it took up some time. But I see what you guys are saying.
Well, no, it's just got a very fast resolution because the old style, like it goes from top down 100 to 0, and then it repeats. That's the initiative, and everybody's got a set initiative that they have, and therefore, like it just counts down, and whoever does their action does their action.
What was it? The first part is, okay, who's moving? Pete, Andrew, Matthew. Y'all did your moves? Yeah, we did our moves. All right, their move. Okay. All right, combat. Andy, it's your turn. Okay, Paul, now it's your turn. That's basically how it was ran. I don't know if the DM was doing it wrong, but that's how he ran it. And he was very much an old school.
I don't know if this is the new version, the FFG version, or what version of Warhammer he was playing.
I don't know. It was with the. I probably it's not going to mean much, but it was the one where the dwarf had. There was a dwarf on there with a massive red mohawk on the cover.
That's the Warhammer FRP 2nd edition with the Troll Slayer. No, that might be 1st edition. My bad.
It was fun as fuck while it lasted. His life kind of blew up around him, so it comes to an end. But that happens in real life.
Yeah, that does. God, that sucks.
Gaming is for those people who do not have to be responsible.
Hey! I do my best.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm doing my best to be irresponsible.
All joking to the side, I do see you guys' point. I've yet to be able to able to play a was that 3 rings?
Legend of 5 Rings.
Legend of 5 Rings. Granted, the only person I'd probably trust to run that is Kai, and Kai is a busy man.
Yes.
Talk to him about
whenever I'm free, you're all busy. So
shit. I'm dragging you to the cigar lounge with me at one point.
So, what other things would you want to do with the players there, Colin? You got them at the carnival. I mean, they're kind of stuck there. You can't call them Uber. You're in medieval times.
Okay. I'm not asking you to set scenes for me fully, but I'm asking is this like a large metropolis type medieval fair where the whole town is taking part of it, or is this just some random Thorpe you came across and having their pumpkin festival?
Oh, that depends on actually what you wanted, because the question I asked originally.
Well, no. I'm asking him is because you're asking me what I would do to Wait, what was the question? I'm sorry. Hey, I was on a high mess. I was on some really strong medicine for a while. They call that a certain type of brain effect.
Oh, I
I want to
understand.
know
Trust me.
what would your goal be with the players there, Connell?
Two things. One, to make sure they relax, because I'd probably throw a fair or festival at them at the tail end of a heavy, couple weeks of encounters, or
So say that you're coming back to Ottawa after you've gotten some bounties in on some truckers, and like when you go to Ottawa, you find out like they've got a sword buyback program, and so instead of you selling your shit for like half price, you go to Albertsons and Montreal and like get these vouchers for when you go to the sword buyback, they give you vouchers for like $300 Canadian dollars for like some crappy longsword, and you have like 50 of them because you just came off a bad adventure.
right. It'd be a quick. Yeah, I'd run it that way. I'd run it like a flea market. Not flea market, but you get my thought processing on that. A place where they can sell their wares. I mean, sell things that they found, swords, shields, whatever. I would probably keep it magic light, because it's a traveling fair, and unless this is Skyrim, most of the travelers don't carry much magic around with them.
True.
But getting rid of your not your masterwork, or not your plus ones, but your masterwork type stuff. Yeah, I'd probably make this a place where the players can do a somewhat of a inventory dump. But at the same time, I want them to be spending their money too. So I don't know. It would definitely have to be. It would definitely would have to be. Would have to be some kind of weird blend, maybe a 40-60 blend where they will make more money than they spend, but at the same time, I don't want to keep my players poor, and I'm not going to take their gold, but at the same time, I don't want them to be able to buy a scroll of wish at 11th level.
Okay.
You see, and I'm exactly the opposite. I would go straight for the money sink. Oh, you can get a random magical item. Note, I stress random.
My players would never waste their money on a wish spell. That doesn't have a high enough return on your investment.
I don't think you have the normal players there, Kai. I don't question their ability to play the game. I question their ability to hang out with normal people.
Normal people do stupid shit. Stupid shit causes problems. Problems create heroes. We don't want heroes.
Thank you for making my argument for me. But
no, from my understanding, Kai's players want to be the tax commission.
No shit.
What do you mean? Are you gonna waste that $200,000 on a one-use item? Come on. Obviously, you have not done your cost analysis yet to figure out what the proper amount. Look, we can arm 20 people with far more firepower and wipe out everything. You're just going to spend.
I just have to ask: was it Jeff Kopech the one who taught you how to play D&D?
I learned to play D&D because I played a lot of Car Wars, BattleTech, and Traveler before I played D&D.
Traveler, all makes sense now. You start with
everything has a look. Look, if you're playing anything that has an expendable munition, remember every time you pull a trigger, you're hearing this current sound effect. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. What's that? That's the sound of your wallet emptying because you're firing. Unless you must always ask, is this a proper? I'm about to fire a $30,000 item at somebody. Is this going to be worth it? Yes, no. If it's not worth it, you don't fire. You fire other things that are cheaper, like lasers or swing sword, because swing sword costs no money.
I know, I know, Kai, you're the one talking, but Bruce, is it just me, or do you hear Jeff Kopech?
Every time you swing your sword, it's free. However, if you fire an arrow, you have to track it down and put it back in your quiver.
That's right. And it's a 50-50 shot that's ruined on firing. Like, is it worth it? Is it worth that copper piece? Yes, no. Yes, usually. Will you get more back than what you expended? Yes, then fire. But if the GM is a complete and total tightwad dick and he's not giving you reloads, well, you have to ask, do you want to fire?
Reloads!
I'm sorry.
No, it's great. I mean, no, I'm not making fun of you by saying this whole Jeff Kopech thing, but when I first started playing 3.5, Kopech was at my table, and everything that you're saying was more or less what he said. And Bruce has played with Kopech as well, so it's just you're hitting the rewind button on flashbacks of my early days. It's great.
I played with Kopech when we were playing Hackmaster 4th Edition in Champaign.
Oh, God. He does get around.
Yeah. Yeah, Kopech was quite the traveler.
Ain't got no luck. Ain't got no
chance. Ain't got no luck. Ain't got no man. I remember we had the worst party for Hackmaster too. We had a fighter that was one-armed. Our thief was the only member of the party that was decent. The wizard rolled up leg amputee, and she kept saying, "I can't wait to get my first level spell. Hopefully, I get the floating disc so I can carry myself along for an hour at a time."
See, I only know all this because of one simple fact. You know the players who know how to budget and maximize their income by the ones who are walking around looking like gods at the end of the campaign, and then the players who are like henpecking dirt and shabby ass equipment because they've blown it all. Which one do you want to be? Successful or a hobo? Success? Poor. Awesome? Having to beg for a job when you're a 12th level character going, man, I need a job so that way I can pay my bills, when you should be secure in your income and prosperous. And be able to look at the average king, I will pay you $2,000. I can't wipe my ass with that much money, man. I'm sorry. Up the income. But no, I make that much. I make that much in a month, bitch. Pay up. I pay up or go somewhere else. Find some other poor hobos to work with.
When I play with Jeff Kopech, I swear, this is what I get. The Ron.
Yes.
Frankness, cut the BS. Capitalism, God's way of determining who is smart and who is poor. Facial hair, full, thick, and square. Nothing sculpted. If you have to sculpt it, that probably means you can't grow it. Living in the woods means living off the land. Rage. One rage every 3 months is permitted. Try not to hurt anyone who doesn't deserve it. There's another one. Three acceptable haircuts. High and tight, crew cut, and buzz cut. This is the way that Jeff plays his characters. So if you know this pyramid, you know how to play with Jeff. And he did this back in 2005.
Yeah, I bounce into him over at the local game shop from time to time.
I love that man. He is such a good guy.
He's like
once.
What? You only met him once?
I want to meet this man once, so that way I can compare notes and learn how to improve.
He's always asking, "Hey, when do you know if there's a game going?" I'm like, So he's always on the hunt. And he has a killer comic book collection.
I just want to meet other people who think like I do, so I can figure out how to become a better person.
Well, admittedly, I'm trying. You can ask Bruce. I've already tried to. I'm trying to secure at least 3 different ways to make money long term.
Take it slow. build up towards it. Don't.
Well, they're
Don't go-
all three of them are very. One of them is very slow because it involves cattle. One of them
Okay.
involves advancing my castle so I can start doing more with it. Well, not castle, but
Oh,
fort.
okay.
And
You're talking about
the other
game.
one is not that much because it's just collecting seaweed from a lake that's not that far away for potential sushi for my family because we're Oriental.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
You all right, Kai?
I'm going to shut up now.
Go
I'm
ahead.
going to be quiet. Let someone else talk for a bit.
I'm okay with you talking over me.
I know.
I think the show needs, like Christopher Walken said, we need more cowbells. In this situation, we need more Kai.
That's what Saturday is mostly for. This is for all the rest of you. I'm just here for color commentary. Saturday's my actual day.
Saturday's my time to shine.
That actually makes so much fucking sense. I don't know.
So, well, here's a question then. Anyone's welcome to answer. When you do festivals for your for your game, will you always have some sort of theme? Do you just randomize it, or do you always just go with this is the holiday of this area? Period. Not necessarily themed, but this is the holiday.
I try to keep most of my festivals, let's just say religiously based, because that's how a lot of them were started back in medieval era. Especially with Christendom, whatever.
Christendom, yes.
So if there is a temple of whatever god, there's this line from Cole the Conqueror. It was a horrible movie, but there's some really fun lines in it. Let men worship what gods they may was probably the one that stuck out the most with me. So if I'm doing a festival, I'm going to wrap it around some kind of church. If it's I'm not going to do any of the most evil deities don't have a church out in the middle of main square high. I'm sure there's a few, but a lot of them don't. Anyway, so I make sure the fair is wrapped around that deity's ascension, something to do with it. And when it goes back to Pathfinder and with the drunk god, there's a festival on the day that he became a god. There's a festival on the second day he became a god, and there's a festival on the year that he became a god, and so forth and so on. So I just kind of wrap it around that. So that's how I do it. Or the king's getting married, do a Oktoberfest type festival. The king his wife died when they're young, and he's finally found a new bride that he's in love with. So the whole kingdom is basically on festival for the next 2 weeks or whatever, Oktoberfest. Keep it that way. Keep it simple. Make sure it's either attached to a god that is worshipped in that town, or to something going on. The king is getting married. The king's having the birth of his first child, so forth and so on. Because it'll build onto the world building that you want in your campaign anyways. And B, I don't think all parts of the game need to be somewhat attached to real life, but to me, it's easier if festivals and shit like that are, because I love medieval era stuff. I do it as a hobby. So if I can for me as a DM, if I can get the two hobbies to merge a little bit, it just makes it more fun and makes it where I'm more interested in the game instead of just pushing a pencil around, making sure other people are happy. Or am I being selfish?
No.
I feel you're being selfish. I'll admit I'll go the exact opposite. I say humans will find any excuse they can to party, and
I'm not saying that's not.
As long as they can afford it, we'll celebrate 2, 3, 4 times a year. Not necessarily around a church, but around any excuse, especially for harvest festivals.
Oh yeah, well, you got Beltane, which is spring. You get Equinox. Wait, am I doing that wrong? Yeah, no, Beltane is spring. Equinox is fall. So there's 2. Then you got your winter celebrations. Then, harvest. Hey, we made it through another fucking winter festival. So
Yeah.
you're not wrong. People people will find a reason to celebrate damn near anything. But if you have a festival one year and it's a long ass campaign, you're going to have to make sure you remembered, hey, this time last year I had a festival. What was it about? I don't remember. And it doesn't really work well.
Just write them all down so that way you can make sure you do it. I mean, one of my favorite ones, honestly, is a big party slash festival slash 3 months of relaxation slash murder intrigue is actually Winter Court in Legend of 5R. It starts when winter starts, it ends when winter ends, and it's 3 months of nobles manipulating each other at a party for 3 months, and then one or two people might die because somebody made the faux pas of getting actually angry, even though everyone's angry, everyone's pissed off, everyone's manipulating, except for that one cocky fucker who's playing everybody for laughs and gets killed anyway. And it's fun. Or you can always just have if you want to pull a page out of Exalted, you can always go with the greatest holiday ever, Calibration. When the calendar resets, it's like we use a 30-day calendar, but what about the extra 5 days? They don't fit. The gods just turn off the world for 5 days. Literally.
They just turn off the world.
They turn off like the gods go into into vacation mode for 5 days. It's like the whole world like the powers that be go, hey, we're going into server maintenance for the next 5 days. You can't spellcasters, but what do we do for 5 days? Nothing. Oh, at that point, the veil between reality and the spirit world gets thin. But even the major even the major hell spawn of the abyss go, nah. We're in server maintenance day. We have 5 days of server maintenance. We're doing all the back end work on the world for the next 5 days. Just don't do anything stupid, okay? And the whole world. But what about all our cool special powers? Everything's offline. What? Just get drunk, have fun, party, do whatever mortals do for 5 days, okay? And all your superpowered characters are also all your magical creatures are like, but are you telling me for 5 days I'm not immortal? Yep. I'm gonna go hide in a hole for 5 days until my powers come back. Yes, smart idea. I'm gonna take this 5 days to go down into hell and go talk to the great Lord of the Abyss. And the Dark Lord of the Abyss is like, who are you? Hey, it's calibration time. Ah, fuck. What do you want? I just want to ask you some dumb questions. I'm busy, right? No. Fuck. Okay, fine. Tea time. I'll take a break. That's the time you just go talk to the main villain and go, hey, do you have to be a dick? Yes. Why? Here's why. Man, that's kind of stupid. Have you thought about therapy? No. Would you like to think about therapy? No. Get out. Okay.
Better yet. Yeah, but do you know any therapists? Yeah.
I'm one. All right. Sit down. We're gonna talk out my problems. Good. 5 days later, I still have problems, and I got powers again. Get the fuck out. Oh shit!
It'd be like whenever World of Warcraft closed for a couple days because they had to clear out their servers.
Right.
Wait, what's going on? Sorry, for maintenance, we're gonna be down for 24 hours. What do I do with my life?
What do I do for 24 hours? I don't know. What do you do for 24 hours? I don't know. And the thing is like, I know I'm making light of it. I'm making it sound more sillier than it actually is. But when you actually peel away all the serious RP stuff and you get down to what's actually going on, and when you realize, wait, you mean reality has a maintenance day? 5 days of maintenance? Yep. Holy shit. Really? Yeah. That's cool. And then you look at every other setting and go, when do the gods actually do their jobs in your settings? I know we have these festivals and parties and we pray to them, but when do they actually do their job? The god of love, gods of love, when's she actually doing her job? God of destruction, he's always doing his job. God of death, he's always doing his job. Kinda, maybe. We're not quite sure. God of justice, when's the last time you've seen him do anything useful? You gotta ask yourself.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So when you're playing these worlds, you gotta stop every once in a while and go, yo, guy who's in charge of everything, yeah? Fucking do something. That's what I got you for. Fuck you. You're the all-powerful one. And you're giving me a goddamn hamster on a stick and a t-shirt. And I gotta go do your bidding? Well, I need you to be I need you to fucking back me up here, bud. I'm giving you the ability to cast 2 heal spells and a shield spell. What more do you want from me? Fucking anything?
Well, you see, when it comes to that, technically I'm not allowed to do anything because the other guards aren't allowed to do anything. And if I get involved, that means they're allowed to get involved. And it's a whole bureaucracy. I could keep going, but I'm pretty sure I'd fall asleep before I finished.
All I heard is that there's a whole fucking a whole fucking pavilion full of you useless shits who ain't doing a goddamn thing in creation. The world is, you might as well not exist. Well, who's gonna grant your spells? Hey, yo, Sork, yeah? I know the current edition, you can cast heal spells now, yeah? Who do you get your powers from? Nah, my dad fucked an angel once. Cool. Guess what? What? You've been replaced. And the gods, you can't replace me. We just did. Got a sorcerer now. And he doesn't need to ask you for permission. Yeah, we're all cool now. Guess what? We've replaced you fuckers. And I'm gonna send some. What are you gonna do? Send some impotent guy with a goddamn rat flail too to fight me? Come on, bring it, fucking bitch! Like, you could just go to my festival and be happy. Nah, because you don't fucking do anything. Why the fuck are we celebrating you? You haven't done shit. I grant you the ability to come back to life after when we get killed. Yeah, cool. And 2 more deaths, I get a goddamn fucking free ice cream cone. What else are you gonna do for me? Yeah. Sure.
That does it. I'm taking Kyle for ice cream.
It's like, this is why if you can have a big festival dedicated to your god or saint or whatever the fuck is it powers your world, make sure they fucking do something so your party feels like they're actually invested in your deity. A good GM makes you feel like the god's actually doing something, actually helping you. Yeah, you're still following the rules and doing all the shit, but you feel like you actually have backup, some divine backup on your side. But your usual garden variety trash fire GM. No, you got the god's just something on top of your character sheet. Every once in a while, you throw like $5 in a bucket, and you just go over there and go, hey, here's 1 wheelbarrow full of fucking topaz and other weird stones. I need our barbarian back to life, please. Whoop! Thank you.
I think
enjoy your fish tank full of gravel, and you go off somewhere else.
I think that was the main reason why I like the Pathfinder, the Lucky Drunk God, because there was always stories of him being at some tavern somewhere, just drinking with people that worshipped him. He didn't really do shit, but he got them drunk.
Hey, at least he's worth worshiping. But most of the gods that you're fucking dealing with, that are supposed to be the good gods, that because you're heroes, you worship the good gods. They might as well just be cardboard cutouts. That periodically the GM lowers a cardboard cutout that looks like your deity and goes, do something, and then they wheel it back out of screen.
They're all cardboard cutout, and they're doing the same stance that the guy from Happy Days, the Fonz, does with his 2 thumbs up. Hey.
Your request for a proper SFL 184 fill out triplicate. I will do that.
Oh my god.
If you give me paperwork, I will be like, yes, I will fill it out in triplicate and make sure it's all signed properly. Here's it. May I please have I will cite out the divine artillery piece, and then I will return it in mostly functional order.
Yeah, but you can only do that if you're using a Jamaican accent.
I understand gods exist, people exist to serve the gods, but obviously we're doing their bidding, and they don't do anything to help us. They don't do anything to back us up or support us.
You know,
it's just a commandment coming down from some big glowy thing in the sky. It just tells you do something, and I'm like, okay, you gonna help? No, fuck you, and move on. Because like at that point, you go to the street of gods, and you start walking down from temple to temple and going, hey, will your God help me? No. Will your God help me? No. Will your God help me? No. Will your Okay, then obviously none of you have a vested interest in what's happening in the world. Goodbye. Aren't you going to ask for help from a god? No, I already have. I went through fucking 12 of you fuckers, and none of you did anything. Well, you got a cleric with you, and he's useless. He's just there every once in a while. He pulls out his sword, turns himself into goddamn Voltron, beats the shit out of the villains, and goes, I've done work. And then we're like, okay, cool, the rest of us are fucking useless. And...
well, then you get okay,
or worse, you have Squeeze a Priest whose only job is there to go. You walk over to them. I need buffs. Squeeze, and then now you got stats. I'm hurt. Squeeze. I feel better now.
well, that being said, I have to say I love you, Janet.
No.
Jan, I thank you for all the buffs and all that you've given to us in campaign. Don't take his mean words offensively.
I hope she does.
Well, it doesn't help. Janet is being taught by that party to play by the numbers, not by role play.
Well,
Proof of that is when I gave myself insanity. She's like, "Oh, don't do that. You'll cripple yourself." It's like, it only makes sense.
There's a reason why I brought her into the other group as well, into the low level basic game group, because I wanted her to play with people that, without having a valid direction of the rule set, they at least had an idea of how they wanted their characters to be.
Yeah.
And therefore they're performing their characters' actions as best as they can.
Was it you, Bruce, or somebody said Pathfinder? The basic model of Pathfinder is to be murder hobos because that's how they made the game.
No, it's not that. It's the fact that they stayed very close to the 3.5 design document until they were ready to print it and said, this is the most original, best game ever. And they said, look, we have CMD, we fixed grapple. Take that, 4th Ed.
Oh, so I'm at my shop not that long ago just to see how things are going. And I hear this girl says, I want to rub my CMD all over your CMB. And I'm like, what? I don't think they meant it that way. Anyways, back to festivals. So I try to keep pedophiles out of my festivals when I RPG. So no kidnap. So no clowns.
I don't know. Is this the Woodchopper Festival? I wouldn't mind then.
This is no. That's third Tuesday of the 5th month in the 6th year of the triple sec millennial, where it's Murder the Pedophile Day.
Oh, fantastic! I'll mark it down for the next campaign.
I'm going to hell. I wonder if they have festivals.
Probably.
You think?
I'm not entirely sure. I want to know what a festival like that looked like, though.
A festival in hell or killing pedophiles?
A festival in hell.
Oh. Well, Ron Jeremy is your host. He's not dead yet. And give it time. Yeah. I don't know. I'm being mean.
I want to see with festivals. I just want them to be used as competent ways for players to go through events, for characters to be given information to further the story, and a small ability for them to be able to have like flex time. Oh, there's the competition of strength is over here. Barbarian boy, go over there and do the competition of strength.
I get that. I like the idea of there being games that fit all skills, as I said earlier. Because if your campaign just feeds more or less one group, the martial characters, even the rest of the party is going to say, "Why the fuck are we here?"
Yeah.
So, and I know I've gotten a few arguments with people like this. I don't cater my players, but I do make sure that they're happy. Because if they're not happy, they're not going to come back. If they don't come back, then I don't have a game.
You have to pander without them realizing they're being pandered to. You have to make it look good. This is the thing about being a goddamn jobber. You need to make it look good. Most people don't know how to make it look good. Most people just throw it and make it obvious. If you throw out there, welcome to this grand carnival. It's a fantastic experience. Tons to do. Here's the one strength contest. Here's the one smart contest. Here's the one agility contest. And then suddenly it's like, congratulations. Yeah, you've come to the amusement park ride. You each get to have one moment to be cool. I have created the one cool thing for you to do. Now, roll that die and roll high. If you roll bad, I will humiliate you in front of all your friends before you have failed your one cool moment. You have screwed up your one cool moment. You get the consolation banana sticker for playing along, as we now ignore you for the next 45 minutes to an hour to go give everybody else their special banana moment to be a star in the spotlight. Now, go enjoy the Grand Carnival. That each of you have your one thing that you're designed to enjoy. Go. But I don't want to do that. Did I say you had a choice? I heard that you're playing a rogue. You will do the rogue game. But I don't want to do the rogue game. Tough shit. Unlock the box. I don't want to unlock the box. At which point, the Combine officer walks up to you. Pick up the can. I don't want to pick up the can. Pick up the can, peasant. Oh, yes, sir. Put it in the waste receptacle box. In bin. Yes. Now move along. You have had your fun. Your designated fun for this event has now transpired. Here's your coupon. You may turn it in for your rubber ducky.
Have you worked at Six Flags?
No, but I've played a lot of these fun time fair moments.
I love how you put that. Fun time fair moments.
I'm sorry, the camera's off, so you can't see me doing the air quotes of
No, we might not be able to see it, but we can all feel it.
Right. Because that's the problem. You go to these things, and the GM only gives you one thing to do for your character. What else are you going to do? I don't know. Do the one thing you're good at? Strong dude, hit the thing with the hammer. Make it go ding. Get the plushie. Sexy guy, throw shit and get the plushie ding. Good for you. Smart guy, I don't know. Do something smart. Agile guy, pick pockets and be mugged and be beaten like a goddamn stepchild, for pickpocketing, because that's all you're allowed to do. Have you had fun yet? Yes. Good. Moving on to the adventure. What's the real adventure? You're about to get fucked by monsters. Rah! And it's like you have all been humiliated in your one thing that you can do, and now it's time for combat. Yay!
Time for combat.
It is time for combat. Prepare for fighting. Yay!
I don't want to ride anymore. People. Too damn bad.
Too damn bad, motherfucker. We're playing D&D.
I always like adding more than just one thing. I like adding 2 or 3, and then generally 2 for individuals, and then a whole bunch of things that anybody could do. Like, for example, right off the top of my head, I seen Bruce at the Crab set it up so there's a little a battle arena where you have to pay a huge amount of gold because you don't win a prize, but you're allowed to, you and an opponent, take giant barrel crabs and just beat the crap out of each other.
See, that sounds like, if you give everybody a choice of things to do and you don't make it obvious that this is the one thing for you, for your character to do, and because that's the problem. If it's just an amusement park ride where you walk in and you're pushed down and then you stop at each booth so everybody can get out, watch one guy's dice betray him, and then feel sad, like a sad sack of worthless shit as he gets back on the ride, and then you push him to the next stop, and then get out, dice betray you, get back. Sorry, sad sack, get back on the fucking and then as you rain because that one player who just rolls good, and it's like, hey, let's on my side. Oh, you get all the wonderful prizes and the wonderful things that are great. Do you feel special? I'm giving you all the special things. Meanwhile, everybody else whose dice were fucking bad to him, like, well, do we get anything cool? No, the dice were fucking bad to you. Fuck you. Fuck you, players. You get nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because this is a game of chance. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go to the casino and play cards. Just play cards for money, because at that point I'm just getting something. At least I'm getting something out of this. Looking at the hot dealer, or looking at everybody else while I drink myself stupid. And here I roll 2 dice twice, and then wow, this was my special moment for the next hour and a half. Was rolling my dice 3 times. Wow, I feel so special, GM. Thank you for making this the most rewarding experience of my life.
I don't know if I've ever heard so much sarcasm crammed into one man's diatribe of why it failed. That was impressive, Kai.
Thank you.
So I guess this is where I ask, next week, what do you guys want to talk about?
Bad Botox.
Fun memories.
Bad Botox equals good memories?
No.
Oh, I'm confused. Yeah. Just to kind of go down the memory lane. Some of our favorite RP memories of all kinds. That'd be cool. Hopefully
He's dealing with a few things, but it'll be fine. He'll be fine.
what?
The piss in my Wheaties thing is literally, I've had good GMs that have been amazing GMs, but I've had a lot of canned bullshit, basic bitch. You expect this from people who've never fucking GM'd before, but they're in their 30s. These people should have fucking learned something or gotten better as storytellers or as hell people. And
Hey now.
I know. Trying to ask gamers to actually act like they are actually, learning something and retaining skills as storytellers and or GMs, rather than just simply running off of a power trip about they're all fucking gods and that you're all fucking their little dolls that you can just dance to their strings, and then they can just shit on you all day long and then laugh at you for your bad dice rolls. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck them. And after a while, when all you hear is the same goddamn sad sack, useless shit GMs just vomiting out the same shit for decades on end, like it's somehow the secret to the best game you've ever played. And you're just sitting here going, have you actually played this? And if you have, and this is acceptable to you, really? Is this where you want to draw the line and say this is where I want to be? And now, see, some of my problems date back to when I was now I'm in my mid 40s. Some of these bad GMs date back to my teens and my 20s, where when they decide that fun time is over, they'll just drop a mountain on you and say, "Fun time's over. You died." What?
Yeah.
Game over. Yeah, fun's over. Like,
I only want to run this campaign to this level, but we're at this level. Yeah, I'm getting bored with it. Sucks to
yeah,
be.
I'm ending it now. Or hey, I know that everybody else gets to escape, but you died and you don't get to come back. Start over, make a new character. Why?
First level. Your zero level.
And you got to start over at first. Why? Because I arbitrarily decided that you get to have no fun anymore.
Yeah, we're going to just do endless loops of 1st through 6th level.
Yeah. Or,
Epic six.
hey, we're about to go on and have a good time. You know, I'm bored of this campaign. We're going to start over as first level characters, and here's me.
You motherfucker.
I hope I really just hope you go home and eat. Just someone just opens your mouth and just pours slushies down it so you have a brain freeze. It just kills your brain. Please stop doing this hobby. And the thing here is that the people who are my GMs when I was a young little shit and they were doing this crap to me, and then I get older and I go, maybe I should be better, run better games, run more interesting games, and wow, players like this. But then I get to go out and I'm tired of being an eternal GM. And then I go out to go try to find new people. And then I see people who are doing the exact same shit that I tortured with in my teens and 20s. But now they're old fuckers. And I'm going, didn't you try anything better? Have you done anything better? Or are you just going, I'm a tired, sad sack old motherfucker. I don't have enough energy in my life to be able to come up with anything creative and or fun or interesting. So I'm just going to run the same tired old hackney shit because my players are also tired old hackneyed losers who are okay just with the same boring ass shit we always play. Ain't this the greatest thing ever? Time for our daily dose of disco.
We're going to just run 1st through 6th level, nothing but into the Borderlands. Just over and over and over again. Never forward the situation, never forward the timeline. You'll never become the camp counselor. You'll never become the captain of the guard. It'll always be you and the mop boy. You're the mop boy for the Borderlands. Bar.
Oh man, do I get to go out and mop the driveway in the rain? I'm up for this shit.
These GMs need the players I had when I was GMing a lot. Because at my permanent group, all they wanted to do is basically run through 1st through 6th level of Palladium.
That's exactly what your man wants to fucking do. And then, if you want to ever try to aspire for anything better, oh, hey, Blade, finally, you get to be a player. You get to actually get the game and actually have fun. No, you don't. We're going to play 1st through 6th level, and then the game's going to end. I promise you, this game will be the one that actually makes high level. I swear. Oh man, schedule life and my ability to come up with anything fun has just worn out of me. I gotta cancel the game now. Okay, but I had cool plans. I have thoughts. I'm playing something that's long term. Why the fuck are you thinking long term? You should just be like everybody else. Be a goddamn bottom feeder, sludge drinker. And just be okay with the fact that I'm just going to shit on you day in, day out, session after session. And don't worry. Next session will be the good one. Just hang in there. Just hang in there, man. A little bit longer. And you'll have I'll give you 5 minutes to be cool. 5 whole minutes. You've waited 8 months. You can wait 2 more sessions for 5 minutes of fun, right? Right?
I promise you something, okay?
Yeah.
if I get Sundays off, and if I have an afternoon schedule, which means I'll be working during the week, afternoons and evenings and early mornings, but I have Sundays off. I promise you this. After I get moved, I will start a Sunday game.
I will be very happy with the Sunday game.
I will let you play the character you want.
Fuck. My whole weekend's now screwed. Shot.
You will.
I'm not being prepared. At least I show up. Damn it.
I will even add extra pizzazz, extra stuff, and I'll have you. No, you'll probably figure it out. Like, you're using classic AD&D modules. I recognize this flavor texture. I recognize this town. I recognize this layout. I recognize the clock tower from EverQuest. You fucker. You know, I can hear you. I can hear you saying this shit in the background. But I can, like, I promise you, I'll do my best as a GM. If I pick up a third game, I will get a game together, and it'll be on the day you have off every week, so you can actually roll dice and enjoy yourself. It will be the game that I'm designing right now. It will be the game that hopefully you want to play, and hopefully be the game that you want to go high level with, because I am so fucking sick of low level, and I'm working out in my head how to get high level with this campaign, and I think I've almost got it. When I say that I think I almost got it, what I mean really is it's a very mathematical game, but at the same time, the potential for success will have heavy risks. Good luck.
I feel bad that I haven't been able to make it to the last couple Saturday games, because the rules.
Excuse me, dude. You were the one that had treatments, okay? So if anything, we should be happy you're still alive.
I get that, but doesn't mean I don't feel bad for it. But I'm interested. The way that this new system you're working is, I'm slowly catching on. I'm not an idiot. I've just got a lot of things else on my mind, but I like the way it feels. I really do. So I'm excited about getting back into it.
Why is the feel of it so different than 3.0 and Pathfinder? Because I'm doing nothing different except for putting a
the initiatives are still throwing me off, and that's not your fault. It's not what I'm used to. That's it. The D10 system, using the D10 system is just like I've played another handful of games that use D10 system. Not a big deal. I can get my head behind that. It was the initiative that's been throwing me off a little bit, but it's not a big deal. I'll make it work.
And I figured out some things, and I've been putting things together. I've got a design document. I'm almost ready to commit it to my Google Drive, and once I do that, you are going to be like, wait, we can do this too? Yeah. Options. Remember, I told you I want my game to have more options than fucking Pathfinder. And really what I wanted it to feel like was, whenever you leveled up, I wanted it to feel like, I need to pull up the image real quick. Hold on. Path of Exile. Oh, God damn it. No, there's a game called Path of Exile.
I know.
Very deep, very fucking deep game with lots of options. And when you level up, you get one placement on the map of where you're taking your character, what you're doing with it. But holy hell, It is impressive, to say the very least.
Sounds amazing. I can't wait to be part of it. I know what thing you're talking about because it's a basically not a knockoff, but it's just like Diablo.
Yeah, but everybody's got the chances to get into it.
Yep.
Just play from the center. And
That's
radiate
what I
how you
want.
to
Yes,
play.
give me this. Okay, view the image. I know. I'm hurting my viewers. My viewers are bored as shit. I'm sorry, guys. So
Hey, we were on topic for a good, at least 40 minutes.
so here's
Oh,
your
maybe
4
classes
minutes.
right here. You have various classes here, 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 and at leveling up at first, you only get like things like, do you want more mana? Do you want more health? And then, like, as you go through the skill tree, you have options like, well, here's like fire, here's lightning damage, or some such like that. Or here's the ability for you to do 4% more damage with blunt items. Or, oh my god, you don't ever deal criticals. You'll never do criticals, but all your weapons do max damage. And they do shit like that. I want something with that much variety. That much, oh my fucking god. I want that in my game. But Pathfinder doesn't really offer that, even though it has classes upon feats upon skill tree builds and shit. It just doesn't feel like that. It really doesn't.
I get it. That was another game. Assassin's Creed Valhalla has a skill tree that's similar to that I really enjoy.
That would be Final Fantasy X with its sphere grid, which if you played the American version, you were playing the downgraded version. If you played the international version, the sphere grid was about twice as big, and it was gloriously grindy. Like if you wanted to sit there and just do stupid shit forever, you could grind to the most stupidest combos. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it sounds. No, I'm looking for it, and I still have the general concept of what kind of character I want my guy to be, and I want with the whip scenario.
I might just do that. Bruce Lombardo presents Pelagiarism, the RPG.
That's right. I'm making my character into Belmont from Curse of Strahd.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
That would be. Look, if you're gonna steal a character, steal a good one. That's a good one.
I do try.
Hey, I know we've always had the comment of there's no original story in the universe. Like there's no original character. Just find a good one, make it shave off the name tag enough that you don't obviously look at it. Don't dress in blue. And play it fun. Take the concept, make it yours. Don't play I'm Bellman Simont, Whipmaster. Give him a new name, give him a new personality. Play Simon Belmont, but make him yours. Have fun. I have no problem when somebody goes, I would like to play this, and I'm like, fuck yeah. Lean into that bitch. Lean hard. And we're gonna make it as cool as you can. But just remember, whatever you thought you were gonna do at the start is not where you're going to be when this ends, because your original idea is Simon Belmont, but unfortunately the plot line says we're not playing Symphony of the Night. Oh, yeah. Change course. Be willing to change course. Don't stay. I have planned out my build from level 1 to no. Life's going to kick you in the nuts repeatedly all the time. The GM's going to change the plot on you. many times. Unless, of course, you're going, we're going to play Rise of the Rune Lords for the 18th time.
Hey now.
I knew
Don't be stepping on my dick like that. That's not.
Okay,
I know.
we're going to play Return of Strahd for the 12th time. Come on, everybody. You know what's going to happen. Why do you even need me here?
You wake up and you're in a cart. There's 5 other people in the cart. All of
And
you
you
are
won't wake
bound.
up.
The cart's
Whoa.
rolling down the hill.
Y'all just mean. Jesus, stepping on my dick like that. What the hell did I do to you? Jesus.
You
Don't
fed them
worry.
children.
Just
Don't
be
worry.
happy. Just be very happy that I've never had you. All right, the 5 of you wake up, not together. You're individually, like not together. But
No
you
good
wake
stuff.
up, and first thing you notice is that 1, you're in water, and 2, there's something jammed down your throat.
Oh no. I'm in prison again.
Moments, you hear something in the water say, "Calm down. I'm going to release restraints on your arms." And then the water starts to pool, but you realize you're hanging upside down and the pod you're in is not right because your feet, there's no more water, it's draining towards your head. And you realize you've been laying face down, head. Your feet have been elevated for who knows how long, and the pod is draining water. You slump as everything falls, and you collapse into the drain. And then the door opens, and the remaining water, and you tumble out. Now you're all together, but you all still have the apparatus wrapped around your head like it's a face hugger, and something's in your throat helping you breathe. Imagine if I fucked you guys over with that. Oh yeah, by the way, you're all playing Pandorum. Have fun.
Fantastic.
Who kicked your dog?
Oh wait, did you just say kick the dog?
Yeah.
Do you know what that's from?
I don't know. I know you don't kill another man's dog. I learned that from Wick. Oh no.
I must prove how evil I am by kicking a puppy.
Bruce,
Yes, sir.
you saying you wanted to do games on Sunday kind of clinched what I was going to say earlier, but I kind of forgot. I'm, no offense to Flady, but the guys have been trying to set up a long-term play test for my game has not been really working out. I was going to actually, I didn't know Kai had Sunday off, so this kind of worked out. I would love to have him part of the play test, but do every other do every other Sunday play test like we do for Saturdays.
That would work
And then when
great.
you get going, you have the other Sunday.
I only have one request. Every last Sunday of the month, I am unavailable for that is flea market day, and I will not miss that for the world.
Where's there
I
a
don't
decent
blame
flea
you.
market? Wait, hold on. Backtrack that. Where's there a decent flea market around here?
Expo Gardens every last Sunday.
No shit.
Yeah.
You know, I've lived here my entire life. Did not fucking know that.
Well, yeah, Expo Gardens. It's $2 to get in.
That's not bad.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm going to be a flea market baby, so
It's like I do the flea market every last Sunday, so I'm not available.
I
I
imagine
totally
you
understand.
I imagine you find some weird shit there. It is
Yes, I
true.
Yes, I do. That is where I got my Cobra Hiss tank at, and I'm happy for it.
Wait, you have a Cobra Hiss tank?
Yes, the Hiss too.
Display.
What?
Display.
It's. I have it out of. I took it out of the box to play with the damn thing.
Oh, wait! Don't take it out of the box if it's still fucking new.
Fuck you! Toys are meant to be played with.
Oh, I'm gonna miss this.
I have not a single care for its actual resale value. I buy toys because I want to have them. I want to play with them. I don't want to just go, look at this toy. It's in a box. If you touch it, I will cut your hand off. No, I want to pick it up and go vroom vroom on the ground with the damn thing with Cobra Commander, who's currently in a box somewhere else right now. But you know, I want him. Look, okay, let me get the camera on. His tank, it's beautiful. I love my his tank.
Kai, you are amazing, my friend.
I bought it. It was in box still, and then I proceeded to literally, as soon as I got in the car, tear the box apart, take the toy out, assembled it, and had fun with it. Because if you're not playing with a toy, why did you buy it? I want to look at it. I want to. This is a piece of my childhood. That obviously you played with it when you were a child and you had fun. That's why you have memories of it. Yeah. Why did you keep it out of? Why aren't you touching it? Why aren't you holding it? Why aren't you playing with it? I don't care if all you do is just roll it around for 2, 3, 4 minutes. Change it. Transform your transformer once. Put the stickers on it. God damn it. Have fun.
I almost like. I'm looking at houses, right? I've been looking at houses for a little bit, and I love some of the things I'm seeing. I really like these modular or the manufactured homes.
Yeah.
Because they have a huge central area.
Yeah.
Like usually you got the living room and the dining. All that's one giant fucking like 20 by 30. I fucking love that. That almost reminds me of what joy I had in Deer Creek, which is the best place I've ever lived in.
We miss you.
Apartment. I miss that. I miss that apartment so much.
We miss you.
Now, something else I bought, I tracked them all down slowly, but yes, I do have the Micro Machine Battle Stars.
Nice.
Yes. I have Remodeled Galactica, Original Series Galactica, and Pegasus. Yes, Yes, I bought them. I bought them all for like 20-something bucks a pop, just because I wanted to have them, because I wanted them, rather than pay the $8 they were when they were around. Because I didn't know they were out for the whole 2 weeks they were in stores, but I got them, and then someone's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" And literally right in front of each time I found one of them, each time I found one of these ships, these glorious ships that were still in box, and I was like, I'm going to take them out of the box now. I'm going to play with them. Why? Because I want to look at them. I want to hold them up to my eye. I want to in my mind.
I want to play with them, Mike. I didn't buy them just so they could. Like, I didn't open the box just so I could like let them gather dust. There's part of me that wants to have a 3 3/4 fucking playroom. And just have like fucking 4x8 plywood sheets out there with a multi fucking table set up for fucking G.I. Joe, and go all hard in the paint and get like 10 his tanks and a couple of the fucking striker tanks, for the Joes, and go all out. But I can't afford that. That's like a lot of money.
But it's like I want to be able to play with my. If I'm buying a toy, I want to fucking play with it. I want to actually hold the damn thing.
I was joking around with my daughter, and I had started singing "I Want to Be a Toys R Us Kid," and she quite literally had no idea what the fuck I was singing, which made me really fucking impressed.
And it makes me feel old.
I don't know anybody who ever had the flag. Not a soul.
Yeah, why would you buy a toy and not play with it?
Right. But there's so many people who buy things and then
I know.
Box.
Okay, I'm at fault. I've got an Twilight Imperium 4th ed box, and I've never taken the wrapping off.
I know you guys are gonna give me some flock, and I get that, and I really don't give a shit, but I get that. Why I've been slightly recovering. I watched the second edition of He-Man to see how bad Kevin Smith shit the bed this time, right?
Yeah.
And it was a huge. I loved it because every episode was a great big toy commercial. Because I remember having that toy and that toy and that toy and that toy. I had two of those, one of those, and it was just the second season of it was so much better if you look at it as a great big toy commercial.
The problem with it is that Kevin Smith doesn't know how to write a show. That's what I'm
Nope.
seeing.
He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to write his. He does not know how to write stuff that's not his.
Yeah, he's good with his own fandom, but man, you give him somebody else's property and he completely tanked it.
And he's not the only person out there that has that problem. So
No, he's. I'm not saying he doesn't. You know, J.J. Abrams made a career in the last fucking 10 years crapping on somebody else's property.
right.
He should have stayed with Cloverfield series. That was a amazing American fucking monster kaiju movie. God, that could have been so cool. But every fucking added piece in the Cloverfield trilogy just sucked, I thought.
I was never a big fan of those, but I understand what you're saying. That and the fucking solar flares that he loved to put in everything. Jesus Christ. But no, I just, we're talking about old toys, and, the closest thing I have to that concept was watching the He-Man second season. I don't know what the hell it is. And it was watching a toy commercial. Every episode felt like a huge toy commercial, and I fucking loved it. Because originally that's what the cartoons were, a great big fucking commercial for your toys.
Yeah, they changed the rules in the late 70s, and the cartoons, which had largely been like something else. I don't know what they were doing with the cartoons and commercials before then, but in the 1980s, when they changed the rules on things, now suddenly Saturday morning cartoons were like just half-hour long toy commercials. And the best of those shows got their toy lines off the ground, and they marketed the shit out of them. But like the toys I wanted to play with, they didn't have those. No offense, but nobody was going to make a pole position RC car that turned into a boat. Okay, and I love the pole position cartoon, even though nowadays you'd be considered woke as fuck for watching it. But the sister on pole position was far more competent than the brother. In fact, every time the fucking brother and sister got into trouble, the brother had opened his mouth or he got too mouthy with people, and he just like completely was unable to pass a charisma check. But it was a fun kind of show because it had talking cars. The cars were pretty fast and they were kind of futuristic, and they were different. It was a different feel than anything else. It was the closest thing we had to Speed Racer.
Right.
So, yeah, fucking the USS Flag is $6,000 on eBay right fucking now.
Well, I don't have one. But I could actually, this is also part of my nerdiness. If I can go find at flea market or whatever the Flintstone mugs that Mickey D's pumped out, or the Batman ones, I'd be happy.
And back in the day, USS Flag was like $147 or something like that, which was pretty reasonable back then when you considered you were getting a 6 foot long piece of plastic. A 6x2 piece of plastic. It was 6 foot long and 2 feet wide.
Is this a G.I. Joe thing?
Yeah. The aircraft carrier.
I
was time and buy one. It would be great.
G.I. Joe was never my bag.
You see, I never had toys like that. I had Legos.
I had Legos.
I had fuck tons of Legos.
I also just had 80% of the He-Man action figures and most of the Ninja Turtles and a few Thundercats. That was my childhood.
See, I had
weekly pimping of the role playing game. Just to say, it's good.
I come over. Jeez, I would make time. See, the thing is though with you, Kai, is I would make time for whatever the hell you're running to show up.
See, we just watched it Nick's channel. We just watched this movie called Flash Gordon, which yeah, for those of you that haven't seen Flash Gordon lately, Flash Gordon was the fucking thing that Lou Scheimer kind of sold somebody, because he had his own idea about Flash Gordon, and De Laurentiis had a project going, Well, it was interesting because
He said, "Did you
Lou
know?"
Scheimer. Here we
Hey
go.
guys, I hate to say it, but I need to get out of here and get some sleep soon. Okay?
Yeah, I get you. I'm
I
fucking.
apologize. If you
I'm in
want
the
more
same.
of me, I can
It's
annoy
okay.
the hell out of you on Saturday.
Ooh, baby, you
Oh, I
promise?
know, right?
Oh, one thing before you go, Kai.
Yes.
Well, two things.
What?
Technically, I'll keep it quick.
One more thing.
I'm hoping to start that game up as soon as possible. So you're invited
Just,
to.
just try to catch me online. You know where I am. Just
Okay.
message me. I will probably respond.
Probably.
And number two, I'm quite confident of the low level play. I'm a little more worried about how high level play starts. So if you don't mind, I'm going to start at rank 2. So that's level 15.
There's a. I just want to say this real quick, just for Kai's benefit, because we're going to watch it soon. Flash Gordon, the cartoon came about when Lou Scheimer sought additional funding for the animated NBC movie The Week Flash Gordon, The Greatest Adventure of All. He turns to Dino De Laurentiis, who agreed to help out if Scheimer could finagle the rights for him to make a theatrical film. So Lou Scheimer gets the results and prospected cashing in on a theatrical version. NBC fucking shelves the animated movie for a handful of years and had Scheimer's company recut it and turned it into the Saturday Morning Flash Gordon, which there was a series which was on for 24 episodes totaling over 3 years. Now in 82, there's also a release, one time they've shown it on TV, Flash Gordon, The Greatest Adventure of All, which it kind of recuts, redoes some things, but for the animation, for everything in animation that I love, that is the best that Filmation ever got. Filmation did He-Man, they did the Flash Gordon, they did a whole bunch of stuff.
Did
And
they do the Flash Gordon cartoon when he was with Murdoch or Mordock or if the fuck you say his name and Phantom, or was that somebody else?
yeah, they did that.
I watched the show that as a kid. It was
That
all
was,
regional.
that was Defenders of the Earth. You're talking.
Yeah, I watched the shit out of that.
Yeah, this what I'm talking about here is this really good but vintage cartoon. We'll watch it in Discord or Gilded one of these days. It is a better story than the Flash Gordon movie.
Oh well.
Yeah, it's legitimately like this is the best that Flash Gordon gets.
I don't know. I don't know about that because the main actor's not raging on cocaine the entire movie.
Have you okay? If you want to know more about Sam J. Jones,
Yeah.
on Tubi, there's Life After Flash, which is a documentary of Sam Jones, and he before Dino De Laurentiis died, he made amends with Dino because like there's a part of the movie where he just jumps through the camera, the movie ends, and they were supposed to come back after Holiday, but Sam Jones never did. In fact, he fucking abandoned it. So they had to redo some things, and they had to fucking get his voice right. So instead they get Peter Marinker to come in and they ADR his voice throughout the whole movie. That's not Sam's voice.
Oh my god. I did not know that.
So anyway, he fixed things up. But this is the Flash Gordon cartoon that I love. Flash Gordon, the greatest adventure of all. And it's one of the best. Like if you've got 90 minutes, we're gonna watch it. And this is something that I think every adult, every man should sit his boy down and have him watch this because this is classic heroics, classic storytelling, filmation at their best. It's got the best rotoscoping I've seen, and I'm a huge fan of Fire and Ice. This
I
movie,
still need to find time to watch that. Fuck.
but yeah, and you can watch this for free on YouTube. It's on YouTube in the original 4x3. So there's my pimp of the week. Kai, thank you for being here, bud.
No problem. Thank you. I need to get to bed. Talk to you all later. See y'all soon. Bye bye.
See ya.
That wraps up for tonight. Next week, I guess we'll talk about, some best of or memories or things we can take from this. And I hope that I got 2 weeks left of this, but I really enjoy my night on Table Breakers, and I appreciate that people stop by here and watch us paint stuff and like get the occasional chuckle when Bruce falls asleep because old man syndrome. Like you work all day and you're in a comfy chair and he leans
I
back.
can't say anything anymore. After my experiences, I with the new medicine I'm on, I sleep all the fucking time. So I get it.
You know what really is helping me out right now is this like 4 little coffee beans in my mouth. So
Oh yeah, that works. I since I live in Pekin, I found a different substance. No,
I know you people in Pekin.
that's a bad joke. Drugs are bad.
So, Bruce,
Drugs
did
are
you do
bad,
the
okay.
top? Did you get that top piece in, or are you going to leave it off, or removable, I should say?
Which one?
The very, very top piece. The one that if removed, you could put a miniature in.
Oh, this here?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave this the way this is.
Yeah.
That way people can see it and like, is there a hatch there? Yeah, there's a hatch. But then just have them RP it or bring out the miniature. This is the guy you find inside and he's like scared shitless, or maybe he spooked himself.
He's a gnome or a kobold. You can see a kobold doing that.
See a kobold doing that.
Well, I will be here next week. But with this being said, thank you for allowing me to be on this program for the last 3 years.
Thanks for being on.
I
You and crafting and everybody. I mean, I'm even going to reach back and appreciate the time we had with Shadow, even though there was some friction there, and part of it was me, part of it was Shadow, part of it was third party, and that's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what he does. I mean, Shadow has got his own shtick, and he's got a very dedicated mindset for certain things. Don't try to ask him something like, "Hey, we're going to do an episode on necromancy. What do you want to bring to the table?" And he's like, "It's Satanism." Okay, fuck, But
Yeah.
if you do something on like party dynamics or like how to do storytelling or what would you do for pacing of adventure, Shadow can talk. He can do stuff. You just gotta like. There's certain things you don't want to get me stuck on, which is like politics. And with Shadow, you have to kind of like curtail. You have to curate your topics with him, kind of in the same way. That's all. And I really appreciate the time we had with him. But there was a point where it felt like there was just too much animosity on set, on screen, behind the scenes. I don't want that. I don't do this so I can stress out and I can feel like I'm in high school again. And ever since like he started doing his own thing, like my respect for him went way up especially when he started making numbers happen. It's great.
He knows his shit. He does know his shit. Just
Yeah, he does.
Well, trust me, I have him on my show whenever we do a show when he can make it. This coming week, hopefully this coming Sunday, we'll be talking about the 1980s Tron. The movie with Jeff Bridges and a handful of other actors.
Bruce Boxleitner and the lady that just died, Lucy. Let me just pull this up real quick. I know the movie you're talking about. I'm surprised you're looking at that, but okay.
It was, we're doing a whole year of sci-fi. And you can't do a whole year of sci-fi. And the first bit of it is movies that we watched as kids are more or less for sci-fis. So I did, what did I do? I did He-Man. We did RoboCop. We did Flash Gordon. Now we got Tron and what was the other one? Tron and Planet of the Apes.
Cindy Morgan. She just passed.
So
I'll just present the IMDb here. Hold on.
that's what I got on my docket.
Jeff, Bruce, David Werner, he just passed on. That sucks. Cindy, she just died like last month. And I mean, she was like in December. Yeah, December 30th. And that's her back in the 80s. Hey kids, remember when you were in the 80s and you were young and like you had things, women like this in your life and all the girls you knew, they wanted to grow up and look like her. Remember that? instead they're all blue-haired and fat as fuck now.
Unless you go to Renaissance fairs, then they're wearing elf ears and they're. Well, never mind.
If you give me $13 a month, you can see my lewds. My OnlyFans. It's like, why? And there she is, like back in, it doesn't say what year, but I'm pretty certain this is in the last 10 years. She aged gracefully. She was also in the movie Caddyshack.
I'm all right.
Yeah. Great film.
Yeah. I'm a nerd. Anyways, but that's what I got going on. Hopefully, on Sundays, I'll start be broadcasting from my local cigar lounge in Peoria Heights.
Make sure you get them to agree with that. Don't.
I already did. I already did. The dealio is every time I'm there, I have to give them a shout out, which I would do, well, anyways, because it's an amazing place. And if you're from my neck of the woods and smoke cigars, they have day passes and there's membership. And the membership has all kinds of fun benefits.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
God, it is nice not having to smoke a cigar in my own and in my car anymore. So, I dig the place. I'm a big fan of them, and so far everybody I've met there has been incredibly awesome. So cool people, great place, and so
Always good.
Crafty, what do you have coming up here?
Not this Saturday, but next Saturday, I'll be having a Robotech video.
Woo!
And I think that's about it because I really need to see about getting a group together to do some Robotech playing because all I'm doing is covering Robotech. I wouldn't mind doing some live plays of it to really illustrate what it's capable of.
Oh God, I know what we could talk about next week.
Was that
Different ways to say, Sean, go fuck yourself.
just in that?
All right, kids, come see us on Saturday. We're going to have these two gentlemen in the panel. They'll be on the game along with our expert chatter here, Six Nations 31 Kings. He'll be playing the role of Limmy. And then Quinn is played by Flatey. Janet plays Isabel.
Yeah, Isabel.
Isabel. And we will be running that campaign this weekend. Please come check us out. Nothing's going to change on my Saturdays. I will fucking stay up. I will jam coffee beans in my bunghole just to stay up and run my players through hell. My name is Bruce. Thank you for being part of Table Breakers, and we will see you soon. Good night, all.